Hey guys, so I'm gonna go and talk to you guys about my video last time. That was me very frustrated, and I honestly, my channel, I really want to show just real life in general and the things that in the moment people experience. So at that video that you saw, yeah, I was very mad. So I thought a lot about it. And I thought, you know what? In a few months, if I can't figure out the whole situation with the car insurance, then they said I would have to deactivate all of it. So if I'm not meant to go and do food deliveries that I like to do, it is what it is. Like, that is what it's meant to be, I suppose. So just don't get upset over it. So yeah, I was very upset that I would have to give up something that I really like to do, and that's just what it is, the situation I'm in. So yeah, I'll just have to figure out what's gonna happen in the next few months. Worst case, I guess pick up more shifts on what I'm doing, and yeah, I guess I'll be making more videos. I just wanted multiple avenues, so I have open paths, but if I have to close certain paths on the things I like to do, it is what it is. I've just accepted that. Yeah, I feel that I am being, what's the term? I'm being controlled in what I can and cannot do, but whatever. That is the situation. So yeah, I've definitely calmed down. But yeah, that was just me very angry, and I thought I would not upload it, but you know what? I've decided I'm gonna upload it so that way really people can see like real life young adult issues, and these are the type of situations that people are in, and the frustrations in the moment, that is, and what it really looks like. And yeah, I thought about like, oh, maybe that's not a bright idea, but you know what? Like, I think that a lot of the time people, they post things that are not what is real life, honestly. I've seen, this seems to be a big thing right now, where if you've been a YouTuber way back, you have gone and made things look more kind of fantasy, more perfect looking, whatnot, for teenagers or for young adults to paint a certain picture, when in reality it's not that. And I'm seeing that, and it's really interesting because I saw this video from a YouTuber, and I have actually mentioned some YouTubers that I really have liked. So there was two YouTubers I really liked, and I still like them, but when I was a teenager, and I followed only these two people when I was, I want to say maybe I started at 14 or 15, around that age, and I felt like I kind of grew up with them. And I went and saw their world, and it was very much a world of being rich. They were showing off that they were millionaires, or I don't know about millionaires, maybe like hundreds of thousands. They were worth hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time they were 16. And I was feeling like a piece of like trash, you know, because I would look at my life at 15 or 16 and at their life at 15 or 16. And I thought to myself that this was their actual life, and I was seeing all these other teenagers my age were making hundreds of thousands of dollars within like, you know, a couple of minutes. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? What have I done wrong? And it really frustrated me. And I just remember telling people about these people, and everyone would tell me, oh, that's all made up. That's all made up. I'm like, no, but it's so real. Like, they're showing their, you know, their amazing houses and their rooms and, you know, all the things they got. They were getting like $50,000 purses, and it was stuff that I kind of wanted, to be honest. Like, who wouldn't want that, you know? And they were having the freedoms like what a young adult person, you know, would have. And I was, you know, at my mom's place, and I didn't have freedoms. I was being controlled constantly. And I was confused to why they were doing it. And I would see on their business models, whatnot, and I was like, but I mean, I had to remind myself, I don't have the same skills as them. They were into like songwriting, music, and doing all these other things, and I'm not really into music. That just isn't really me, writing music. I don't have interest in it. It just isn't me. But it was just, I would want to try my best to go and figure out their outline. Obviously not make music, but do something else. And so I really believe that this was their life. And now there's videos and compilations of now, like 10 years later, or it's like 11 or 12 now, saying that was not real. In actual reality, they were in a different room. That wasn't even their actual room. That was a different room that they filmed. And then everything was scripted. And then they were talking about, in order to keep a certain brand, they had to act a certain way and make everything appear as if their life was perfect, or else they would be dropped. And that sounds very stressful, honestly. But yeah, I just I really believe that this was their life, you know, and like they were having all these freedoms that a young adult has, and I wasn't having that. And instead I was being you know, berated about how much of a loser I was. And so I was very confused and whatnot. And so yeah, I'm just really seeing a lot that, you know, how videos are and what it seems to appear is so real to you, and you don't know anything else. When you're a teenager, you kind of see things as if it's a tunnel, like that is all you see and nothing else is around you. It isn't till when you are when you're out on your own, and when you're more, my opinion, around when you're 25 and you are out on your own and you are, you know, being independent, you start seeing, oh, there's way more than this tunnel. And I think that, you know, there should be more and more online showing what real life is real life problems and situations, and showing like it's not always going to be showing nothing but perfection. And I do think that to some degree, I guess it is some kind of art form to go and make things appear so perfect. And she was saying that it's an art, and to some degree it is. But I think that when, let's say you're a creator, you're an artist, at the end of the video or at the very beginning, you should always say, hey, this isn't what it's always appearing. Like this, what you see, that's not it. There's more than this. There was a lot of work that was put into this. Is scripted, or what you see is not what it really appears. I think that every single time there should be a rule for that, because it just makes young people feel very crappy about themselves and feel like asking themselves, what did they do wrong in life? And it just makes you just feel bad all day, whatnot. But I mean, to some degree, you are living that life, sort of. When you're watching a video, you're seeing life through their lens, and so you're kind of living it, sort of. Not entirely, but to some degree you are. And it just really surprised me about all these nips and tricks that creators are doing to make something appear a certain way when in reality it's not that way. So that's why I posted that video. And I'm just a very upfront kind of person, and I'm very forward person. And you like it or you don't like it. I'm just, that's just how I am. And I just accepted that, for something I like to do, if it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. So if I have to go and quit, my delivery apps, I guess that's what I'll have to figure out, something else. I don't know what, but I have had a lot of frustration about entrepreneur endeavors and finding online jobs and go and figuring out ways on creating more other than investments, then not using a vehicle. I'm just so used to using a vehicle, to figure out other ways to create more income so I can make a living. But I've told myself a lot, like all throughout my life, I don't want to live a life where I'm just, I'm just getting by. I mean, who the heck wants that? You want more than that. And I'm just gonna have to figure out another way. And I have gotten by. I mean, I've gone through just fine, but there's some hiccups and all that. And I'm just trying to film more of the hiccups so you guys can go and see it, whatnot. You probably definitely saw a lot more on TikTok than here, because it was a lot that happened there. But I was kind of experimenting, and I did some story form in my other YouTube channel, and I don't think people liked it. So it was a lot of editing. I have thought a lot about going back into editing and trying to do more story form situations, but the story form videos were, oh man, they were taking several days of editing and very, very frustrating. And I actually love the story forms. I think it was getting my point across way more, at least in my opinion, at least through what I was seeing, way better. But it, I don't know, it didn't get the views that I thought it would, and any kind of interaction. So I just stopped that. But yeah, I've been just thinking a lot more on how to make it more interactive. I love doing letters, but I didn't think that people were reciprocating, or any way of interaction. So yeah, yeah, that's just what I'm really thinking about, honestly, and just really wanting to show more of, like, this is the experience of life, and these are actual situations. And I sometimes ask myself, am I overreacting over some situations? But to me, it's very important, whatnot. And I think that you guys probably experience something where you're like, are you overreacting? Well, honestly, if it really matters to you, then there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't know, like, some people freak out over, oh man, I honestly can't believe this, but I actually have seen people flip out over their meal being wrong. I'm just like, no, they legit like start stomping like a little child and start yelling, and it's just really crazy to me to see adults behaving, throwing a tantrum, throwing their food everywhere. And I'm just like, dude, you're an adult. Like, yeah, that's just crazy to me. But if that is important to you, then that's what's important to you, whatever that, situation, and you should be allowed to express yourself. And about throwing food around when you're angry, when the order is wrong, that's a little much. I think you should be able to go and discuss about it and whatnot, but don't go and throw the food at the people and whatnot. That's just rude, I think. But yeah, I'm just wanting to show what real life is, and just talking about it, and talking about my experiences, and showing that this is what real life is about, to be honest.